Hey guys, today I'm going to be replacing my power steering box with a manual steering box unit from Flaming River. Alright, so I'm underneath the car right now, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove the Pitman arm from the tie rod. That's this one here. So you got to take out the cotter pin, and I think this is a 3/4 size nut. Remove that, and I'll come back to you. Alright, so to separate this Pitman arm from the tie rod, I already unscrewed the nut. I'm going to screw it on just a little bit here, and I'm going to take my hammer and just hit the bottom of it to separate it. Alright guys, so I'm coming back in. I got the that separated, the Pitman arm from the center link, and I just got the steering shaft separated from the steering box. There's a roll pin in here. You got to pound that out, and then you got to go inside and pull the steering column back. There's a bolt right up there, and then one on the other side, and then you got to remove the nuts that are up in here, take those off, and it'll come down, and then you just pull it back. And I actually had to use a pry bar to pull it back, and it came loose. So now I have got 2 bolts there, and then one on the inside. I don't know how I'm going to get to that, probably from underneath, but I will come back in once I have the bolts removed and remove the box. Alright, so I took those 3 bolts out. It was a 3/4 socket, and I ended up having to take all 3 of them out from the bottom, and I'm pretty lucky because I'm doing this while the motor's out, so there's a lot of room. And there it is. Alright, so I replaced the steering box with a manual gearbox, and I realized that the distance between the steering shaft coupler and the steering shaft there is too far. So the steering shaft is too short, and I went online and searched around and found an adapter Mancini Racing makes. It's a power steering box to manual steering adapter. The kit comes with the splined adapter. You got the big spline on one end that slides over the box, and then the smaller end that goes into the coupler, and then 2 pins. So I'm going to go ahead and install this and check back later. Alright, so I just finished up putting the new adapter in. You basically slide it in there, slide it over this shaft here, and then pound in the 2 pins. I found it a little difficult to slide it in the coupler. I had to kind of coax it with a hammer a little bit. So anyway, so then after you're done doing all that, you can go inside and finish bolting up the column. So that is, I may leave mine loose a little bit because I've got a lot of work to do to get ready for the big block. So anyway, I jacked it up and turned it lock to lock, and it's barely any play in the steering at all now. So looking forward to getting this thing back on the road and see how she handles now. Anyway, guys, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, give this video a like, and I am almost ready to put that big block in the engine bay. So, see you then.